Okay, so we will demonstrate how to create a dialog box using the application designer into the Maximo tool. So this is the Maximo tool, and this is my application called serial. I can see that if I go to edit dialogs, I have two dialog box, search more and search book, and I want to create another custom dialog box here. So first of all, I need to create a signature option. So I go to add modify signature options, and I given here as I think I've already created the signature option before, so I'll just check the name. Yes, it is called SCR-DIAGA-BOX serial dialog box. This is my signature option, and I would like to include it in the toolbar. So I go to add modify toolbar menu, and I give it here as this CRDI box, and the position is 3, subposition is 2. Tabs, I would say I would like to access this from the main tab, just from the main tab, not from all the tabs. Okay. So I'll be able to access this dialog box from the main tab, and I save this. Now I need to export this XML first. So I need to export this to my local system. I already have a serial.xml. I'll just overwrite that. Yes. So I'm going to open this with Notepad++. We can also open this with Notepad. We can use any editor, but I like Notepad++ the best. So here I need to edit this elements dialog. I'll include one more here, DIAGLG. Oh, sorry, DIALG dialog. I need to mention the ID. This ID needs to be same as that of the signature option. So it is ACR DIGBOX, and I'll give the label as custom serial dialog box label. I can mention a bean class here, but it is not necessary because I'm not going to add any functionality here. If I'm just going to create the dialog box and add some fields and buttons to it, but if I need to add any action to that button, then I need to create a bean class, and I need to mention that bean class in this bean class parameter, this bean class argument. But since I'm just creating a dialog box without any action, so I don't need to mention the bean class parameter here. Okay. So I close the dialog argument. Now next I need to create a section element. A section tag. So section ID, this ID needs to be unique. Let's call it as sir DIGBOX_1. There's my section ID. and in this I'm going to mention a text box, right? I'm going to mention a text box here. So text box was a data attribute, so as name, and my ID will be CRDIAGBOX underscore ATTR1. I'll just include the text box there, and my dialog element is complete. Okay, so now I save this XML file, and I need to import this XML file in the application designer into the Maximo tool using the application designer. So I do import application definition and serial.xml, open, and I import it. So I log out and I log in. And if I go and check, I go to application designer, I give serial, see if I just go to edit dialog, so I can see my dialog box, custom serial dialog box. If I just click here, so I see the dialog box, custom serial dialog box. I can see the text field serial name. Okay, that's a pretty nice dialog box. Now I can include as many fields as I want and as many buttons as I want using the tool palette, the control palette. So I would like to include a button here. First what I do, I need to create a group button here. So by default already push button is placed here. I want to include one more button, so I can just draw this push button and drop this push button on the button group. There are two push buttons now. I close this and I highlight this push button and I open the control properties. Okay, I just leave it as serial button 1. Okay, and serial button 2. Okay. So this looks pretty much good, and I hit the save button. So I log in as Max admin again. and I go to my serial application. So if I hit the new button, you can see since I have not added any picture, that way it appears like this, but it's okay. So I can just hit this, and there I have my dialog box, custom serial dialog box. Okay, since these buttons don't perform any functions right now, if you need to add any functionality to these buttons, then you need to add the bean class. Okay, you need to add that bean, to mention that bean class parameter in the XML file. So that's about creating a custom dialog box. And also, if you now would like to check the XML file, the XML file must have been modified after you have added this field, these two buttons. So let's check the modification. So here, okay, I'll just go ahead and save this the next time. So if I just open this using the notepad, okay, so I have my serial dialog box here, and I can see this button group ID has been mentioned like this: push button ID, level serial button 1, serial button 2, and this way. Okay, it's fine. So by default this type of IDs get created, but if you want to customize, you can always create your own IDs, but these IDs should be unique. Maximo create the IDs using numbers, but you can always use alphabets in place of numbers, but the IDs should be unique. That you need to remember. Okay, and that's pretty much about it. Thank you.